Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be showing you how to make this Bubu stylish Bubu with ruffles and also a collar, but the collar is optional. Okay, so I'm using this Adire. So first you determine the length that you're going to use, your desired length for the gown. Okay, so I'm checking that from the longest part. So from the hem, from one end I measure the length upward. So I'm now going to fold it into two, just like this. I hope you understand. Just pick one end of the cloth and measure the length upward so that you'll be able to fold it into two. So I'll fold into two first. Then I'll fold over again, just the way we do when we want to cut a circle dress. So I'll do this so that I don't have to join at the shoulder. So now I'll now measure the shoulder length. Then from your shoulder length, okay, so your shoulder measurement divided by 2, then you add your desired sleeve. So my sleeve length is going to be 14 inches. Then remember I'm going to add a ruffle of about 4 inches or 5 inches to this 14 inches. So it's important you know how long you want the whole thing to be before you measure this. So for whatever we measure on the shoulder length, the shoulder line, you're going to take it down to the hem line. So this is just a straight cut. Nothing like shaping the hip round, the bust round, the waist round. No. Just take the whole thing down straight. Then we'll go ahead and cut it out. So if you don't want yours to be so long, almost to the waist, don't measure up to the 14 inches. So now for the neck width, I'm going to measure 3 inches. Then for the neck depth for the front, I'll be measuring 8 inches. Is there's a collar coming in, so I'll be using a V-neck for the front. Then for the back, I measure 3 inches. I measure 2 inches for the neck depth, please. 2 inches for the back neck depth and 3 inches for the width. The width for front and back needs to be the same, and 8 inches for the neck depth for the front. Then at the hem line, we're going to create a curve, a stylish curve. So I measured something, but I didn't really use it, so I just went ahead to use my free hand to shape it. If your ruler will work for you, you can use it, but I just went ahead to use my free hand. So from the center, you curve it, shape it up to the side. Then we'll cut it out. So I went ahead to just shape it more to make sure it come out beautifully. So now let's work on the neckline. We have to cut the back neckline first. So for the back neckline, we'll cut both front, we'll cut it together, just like this. So but in order to cut the front, we need to separate the back from the front. So carefully separate the back from the front. So you can see the way I'm doing that. And make sure it is well aligned. So if it's possible, secure with pin or you place something strong over the fabric. So we'll cut out this. So we have to use this method for, because of the collar. You might say most collar we create always have button stand, but this one does not have any button or zipper. So we just have to use this method. So I also notch the center back. If you need to notch the shoulder area, so you can notch the shoulder. So this is what we have. So you can see the front and the back. The back neck width is high, while the front has the V neck. So the next thing now we'll work on the ruffles. So I'll be using this organza, and altogether it is 4 yards. And the good thing is, organza comes in the length of about 60 inches, so it will be enough. So I measure this in 10 inches. So that means once I'm done, I cut everything open. Unfold will now be 5 inches. Okay, so I'll do this, secure it with pin. So I'm folding it into 10 inches so that it will be easier for me to cut everything into the pieces of 10 inches. Then I'll slash open when I'm done. So go ahead and do that. Then we'll cut it open. So it depends on how wide you want your ruffles to be. But I made use of 10 inches. That on fold is going to be 5. So I'll place it on the next one. So I'm done cutting everything and I've joined it all together, giving me one kind of straight piece. So now this is how it's going to be. I'm going to place it on fold. Then you can go ahead and pleat it or you gather it. Whichever method works for you. Okay, so this is it. Once you place it on fold, is that pleating or gathered? You're not going to place the right side to the right side of the fabric. Then you sew all round. Okay, so the next thing now, we'll go on and work on the collar. So if you remember, we'll notch the center back. So you go ahead, start from the center back and measure round the neckline. Please, you need to do this carefully and also make sure it is accurate. So I'm going to measure around this neckline. So from the center back, all round back to the center back. So altogether I got 28 inches. Then I'll be making use of this paper. This is my pattern paper. Whatever you measure your neckline, you divide it by 2. Okay, so dividing 28 inches by 2 will give me 14 inches. So I'm just cross checking again. So I'll measure the 14 inches. Then I'll determine how tall I want the collar to be. So I measure 5 inches. So the base of the collar is going to be 14 inches by 5 inches. Remember 14 inches is the overall neckline, front and back divided by 2. So this is going to give us a rectangle, 14 inches by 5 inches. Then we'll go ahead and find the midpoint of this 14 inches, which is 7 inches. Please just pay attention and watch closely. It is quite self-explanatory. So at the base now, from this 5 inches, I'm going to go up by another 5 inches. Then from this up, you now go out by another 5 inches. I went up by 5 inches, then come out by 5 inches. Then this one will come out will now connect it to the base, just like this. Then also from the outside, you now connect it to the midpoint of this rectangle. Yes, it's as simple as this, guys. Then you blend that part to avoid any sharp edge. Okay, blend it properly. Okay, then label it properly. That center back is going to be on fold, so you cut it out. This is what we just drafted now. Then we'll place it on the fabric. So I pick up my remaining fabric, then you place it on fold. Please, while doing this, remember to learn how to manage your fabric. Don't fold in excess, okay? So I went ahead to look for another spot. You place it on fold. So you might need to place something heavy on it or you secure with pin. Then we'll go ahead and cut. Please always remember to add your half-inch joining allowance. You add it all around except for the center back. So we'll go ahead and cut another pieces which is going to serve as the lining. So one piece will serve as the main fabric and the other one will serve as lining. So this is what we have. So notch the necessary places, chalk the wrong side, and also go on and add interfacing. You can add any interfacing of your choice, okay? Whether stay, gum stay, tissue stay, anyone, just for more stability. Then we'll go ahead and join just the way you attach your normal collar. Okay, so now let's attach the collar. So this is the neckline we cut initially. So I'm going to go ahead and turn to the wrong side of the fabric. So I will notch the midpoint. You can see the way I've joined the collar. So just watch carefully the way I've joined it. Then I'm going to notch the midpoint of the collar. Then I'm going to start from the center back. You can see. So I'll use pin and attach it from one center back down to the center front. Okay, so once you get to the center front, you go back to the center back and attach it again. So after using your pin, you now go and use a machine to stitch round. So I've done that. So once you're done, you now turn it over to the right side. Okay, so the best thing you can do for the hem or the journey allowance is to go and do the overlocking. Then you find a way to, if that place is giving you issue, that's center, just find a way to top stitch that side. Okay, so this is find a way to top stitch or just secure it stylishly. So this way is going to look like. So in case you don't want your collar to be as big or long as this, so you know what to do, just adjust the measurements. Then we'll go ahead and attach the ruffles. Okay, so this is a finished work. Okay, so please, once you've attached the ruffles, you're going to measure some inches from the edge. It depends on how free you want the dress to be. Measure some inches and top stitch it down from your chest line. So from the shoulder, you measure your chest line, and from there you can see the stitch. You will run it down to the length. So from the center front, maybe you can measure like 10 inches away from the center front on both sides, or 15 inches, depends on how free, and you run it down. So this is what is going to enclose the bodies, leaving alone where your arm is going to enter. I hope we understand. So this is a finished job, and bear with me, this mannequin is not the size of the garment, so that is why the garment is looking so big on it. Okay, so and I'm yet to finish the beadwork on it. So if you like, you can use beadwork to embellish it, or you use stone. Okay, so this is what we have, the ruffles attached. So I hope you find this video helpful. Remember to give it a thumbs up, and if I have to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe. Okay, also feel free to share your opinion in the comment section. Thank you for watching.